Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Esmeralda and this is going to be my first video and it's an eyeshadow palette collection video. And I do have a lot of palettes because palettes are just like my favorite thing in makeup. I do have this drawer full as well as two bins that I got from Five Below for $5 each. They're right here on the side. I have them on this like little coffee table because it's just easier and I can see them, and I do like to see my palettes, so that's why they're there. So let's get into it. The first palette that I do have in here is a Natasha Denona palette in Cranberry. I do really love this palette. I actually did get this on sale at Sephora for like 20 bucks, which is a steal. This palette is really good. Natasha Denona's shimmers are popping. The mattes in here are like a cream to matte formula, so it's easier for you to use them with a brush than like try to swatch them. They actually swatch horribly, but it is a great palette, so I'm definitely keeping that. And then the second palette I do have in here is also from Natasha Denona. It's the Mini Lila palette, or Lila, whatever you want to say. It's actually a really good palette. I have used it 2 times and I do really like it, so I am going to keep it. I actually don't have much from Natasha Denona, so I'm going to keep everything that I do have from her because, you know, she's expensive. Then I have these 5 like monochromatic palettes from Joseph Colors, and I am keeping all of these. I love these. I love smaller palettes. They're just so easy to use and like easy to travel with. So I am definitely keeping this one. Is the holiday one for I think last year, like 2018. That wasn't last year, that was 2 years ago. This is Snow Angels, and it's their most colorful palette, and I do really enjoy it. So I am going to keep this for sure. It's the most unique palette that they have. I mean, they do have another most unique one, which I do have, and I'm keeping it. Then I have the Blushing Berries palette, which is actually my fave. I do love berry tones, so I'm definitely keeping that. Then I do have the Sassy Siennas, which I do love. This is like, I got this in BoxyCharm actually, and I wanted the Blushing Berries, but I got that one, but I'm not mad at it. Then I have the Baked Browns, which I also really enjoy. Same thing with Pretty Cool. This is actually my favorite one out of all of them. I've just been really loving the cool tones lately, so definitely keeping that. The next palette that I do have in here is from Jeffree Star. It's the Alien palette, which is discontinued now, but I did end up depotting this palette because the Alien head packaging was just too obnoxious for me. And this is a magnetic palette from TZ Cosmetics. I actually got it on eBay for like 10 bucks, and it matches kind of like the Alien theme because it's like snake skin. It's just really unique, and I feel like it went perfectly well with this palette. But overall, I do really enjoy this palette, so I am definitely going to be keeping it. The next palette is actually from Colored Rain. This is the Cheers to the Beauty palette. It actually had a highlighter as well, but I put that in a face palette. And I put the eyeshadows in this Z palette from Ricky's Makeup. So like a collab between them. But Colored Rain has like my favorite eyeshadow formula. So I am definitely not going to be decluttering this or any Colored Rain palette for say. I do want to put this in a smaller like magnetic palette. I did order one and I am waiting for it to come, but I am definitely going to be keeping this palette. It's just so good. The next palette I do have in here is from Milk Cosmetics, and it's the Smoke Sessions palette, and I am actually going to be keeping this. I do love Milk Cosmetics as a brand, and as their eyeshadows are just so good. They're super expensive. Look at me over there. But anyways, Milk Cosmetics has like bomb eyeshadow, so I'm definitely going to be keeping this palette because it was pricey. I also have, this is my only Urban Decay palette, the Urban Decay Naked Heat. I do really like this palette. I don't really use it much, but I do enjoy it, and I do want to keep it because it is, like I said, the only Urban Decay palette I own. Urban Decay doesn't really make like unique palettes. Like I feel like this is a really basic everyday palette, but I do want to keep it because it was a gift and I am like such a hoarder. Then I have some palettes from Pinky Rose Cosmetics. This is the Bright Lights, and this actually had 3 pressed glitters, and I hate pressed glitters because they are not eye safe. So I actually just threw them out, like threw them in the trash. This lime green Smash is the best lime green I have in my collection, so I am definitely going to be keeping it. Then I have the exotic peacock, which is like my favorite from them. This color story is just so beautiful. It's just like everything, like purple, blue, and greens are just bomb together. Then I have the 80s baby, which is the one I still haven't even like touched this palette, but I think I'm going to keep it because I actually saw somebody like using it and they made an amazing eyeshadow look. So I do want to keep it and I do want to try it, but I just like never reach for it. But I need to. So yeah, let's get on to the next palette. So here I have the rest of my Milk Cosmetics palettes. This is the Morte palette, and I am definitely keeping this. I just got this not too long ago, and it's gorgeous. So definitely keeping it. This was honestly like the best release from 2019. Like packaging, color, just everything. Like just look at this packaging. I'm pretty sure you've seen it, but yeah, like it's just great. You can put them together and then you have like the perfect pair. It's just so darn cute. So yes, I am definitely keeping them. Then here is the Viva palette and it is gorgeous. It's like the greens, the reds, everything. Like then these like middle neutral colors is just like bomb. Like the best palette ever. This red, I'm just like so happy about it. It did make a little bit of a mess when I got this palette, but I mean, what can I do about that? It is still a gorgeous palette. So yeah, let me just stop talking about this palette. Like we know I am gonna keep it. Then the last Milk Cosmetics palette I do have is the Gemini palette. And I love this palette. Literally love Laura. Look at this. This is like literally the only palette I kept the box for because Laura is just that girl. Like, yes. And this palette is just everything. I am a Gemini, so yeah, I need to have this palette. As soon as I saw it, I was like, you need to be mine. And I bought her on release. Yep, yes, I did. I love this palette. So definitely keeping it. Milk Cosmetics is just that brand for me. I used to like hoard all their lipsticks. I still do, but let's move on. I have some palettes from Dose of Colors. This is the Ice Cream and the Hidden Treasure. These were like their first palette releases, and I do really like them. The Ice Cream palette is just like so unique till this day. It has like some like pastels, some lighter tones. It is really, really cute. So I do want to keep this palette. It was also like my first expensive palette. I remember I convinced my brother to like buy me this for just this blue because it is bomb and the purple. But look at this palette. It's just so pretty. I can't get rid of it. Definitely keeping that. And then I have the Hidden Treasures, which I actually got recently as a gift for Christmas, I think like a year ago or two. This is gorgeous. The color story in here is so pretty. The outline does kind of bother me a little bit, but I mean, it goes with the theme perfectly. But the palette quality is amazing. Like the black is really good to deepen the look, and this ruby shade, the red shimmer, is really, really good. Like really, really good. Love that shade. Like it's about to like it has a deep divot in it, and that's strange for me for palettes. Then I have the Lemonade palette from Dominique Cosmetics. I really love Dominique's formula. The mattes are bomb. The shimmers are more like lid toppers than like opaque shimmers, which I don't really necessarily like, but I do really like this palette, and I feel like they do complement this palette perfectly. So I do want to keep this palette. It is actually very unique with the like lid toppers because I don't really have lid toppers, so I do want to keep it. Then I have my two other Jeffree palettes. These were like his first palettes ever, and I do really like them, so I do want to keep them for a little bit longer. Maybe in the future I will declare them, but this is the Androgyny, and I actually have been using this a little bit more lately, and I do really like the color story. Then the Beauty Killer is just so pretty. I actually, when I ordered this palette, the shade Courtney came broken, but it is a nude, so I didn't really care because I mean, like, we have other nude shades in our eyeshadow palette collections. Like, I'm not gonna miss a nude shade. There's other unique shades in this palette that I do prefer more, so I didn't really mind that. However, I am definitely going to be keeping these two because I do really like Jeffree's formula. Then I have my Colored Rain Queen of Hearts palette, which this like broke records whenever this released. I do really love this palette. I did get this like 2 years ago, so I am keeping it. I love Colored Rain. I am never going to declutter anything from Colored Rain. This is my other Dominique Cosmetics palette. This is the Berries and Creams, and I have only used this once. I need to use this more, like a lot more, because I've been wanting it forever. Then I have the Life's a Drag palette. I actually had wanted this palette forever, but I just never bit the bullet because I just didn't know if I was going to like it. But I actually really enjoy this palette. I've used all the matte shades in here, not the shimmers yet, so I don't know about the shimmers, but the mattes are bomb. Like these colorful mattes are really good. Like if he releases a full-on color like rainbow palette, I would definitely purchase that palette because these are bomb eyeshadows. But I am definitely going to keep this palette. Then I have my final Dominique Cosmetics palette. This is called Sweater Weather. It was like a little cute holiday collab with two mini lip products. There was a mini lip gloss and a mini lipstick. This palette was compared a lot to Norvina, but I feel like actually they're not like too similar. I feel like they actually complement each other very well. I feel like the only similar shade is really like the purple. And other than that, like I feel like they're just two palettes that just tend to complement each other very well because this purple is a lot deeper and more plum than anything in this palette that goes deep because these are more like browns and not like plums, if that makes any sense. But I do really love these two palettes together. Norvina is actually like my favorite Anastasia palette, well, one of my favorites. So I am definitely keeping that while we're here already talking about it. So I am definitely going to be keeping both of these palettes because they are so good. Then I have three palettes from Kaleidos Makeup that I am definitely going to be keeping because I do really like these. This one is the VR Neons. This one is limited edition, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I do really like this one. It's so pretty. It reminds me of Easter, like Easter eggs. I really am liking that one. Definitely gonna keep that one. Then this is my favorite one. This one is Astro Pink. I really love this one. Literally any palette that has this color scheme, like especially with this specific blue, I'm a sucker for it. Like I just love all of these. And then this one is the Electric Turquoise. Turquoise. I love this color story. I had to write the names on these because they have a sleeve. I'm going to show you with this one because this one is just better to show you. I wrote the names on them with a Sharpie because I hate sleeves. Like, I hate sleeves and palettes. Every single time I get a palette, I trash the sleeve. I didn't want to keep a sleeve just to keep the names of these palettes. So, yeah, I just wrote them. I just wrote the name because that's making my life easier in a sense. Then I do have my Jackie Aina palette, which is the greatest, like top three ABH releases ever. Like if you don't have this one, go get it. It's bomb. Yes, it is. Jackie did amazing. Like you go, girl. Then the other like top three release is Sultry. Honestly, the best palette like ever. The best holiday palette ever. Love this color story. Love this palette. Love everything. Like it's so good, so good. Modern Renaissance though, I am going to declutter. So it is going to be my number one declutter because I just don't really like this palette. Not the formula. The formula is great, like bomb formula, but the colors are just not really something that I reach for anymore. Like if I'm going to reach for this type of color story, I prefer my coloring Queen of Hearts palette. So yeah. Number one, declutter. Yes, 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 sadly. Don't be trying to hate because I do not like Modern Renaissance. Now, Prism. This was my favorite before like AB, like Jackie and Sultry and Narvina. I do really like this palette still, so I am going to be keeping it because I do really like it. The color story is pretty unique. I do really like it, even though a lot of people hate it, you know. I, on the other hand, too, really like it. The Alyssa Edwards. This one is so pretty. I am going to keep it because this is like the first palette ABH went all out for. So I am definitely going to keep it. Plus, I love Alyssa. Like, yeah, definitely keeping this palette. It's bomb. You can get it at TJ Maxx now for like $20. So, yeah. The Soft Glam, I am definitely keeping. My mom actually got me this for Christmas. And I am going to keep it. Even though I've only used it like 3-4 times, I do want to keep it because I feel like it's just like so simple. It's like literally in the name. It's a Soft Glam palette. These shades are so nice, like for my crease. So I'm definitely gonna keep this palette. The infamous Subculture. I actually do really like this palette. Like no shade, but this shade right here did get hard pan. I did have to throw it out because it was nasty. But I don't care. The mattes are actually something that I enjoy more from this palette. So yeah, keeping. Then I do have the Carly Bible palette, and honestly, I do not like this palette. But I am going to keep it because the shimmers are nice, but like the red and the peach were the colors that I was most excited for in this palette, and they just like fade away, like turn into nothingness on my eyelids. So yeah. The Riviera, I do really like this one, especially the shimmers in this palette. They are so freaking pretty, like just like gems, like so pretty. I don't know how to describe it, but like if you ever get the chance to like swatch this palette or get it at TJ Maxx, I would simply just get it for the shimmers because they are so darn good, so darn good. Like ABH killed it with the shimmers in this palette. Then we got some Too Faced palettes. I actually got the chocolate, like the original chocolate palette, but this is the chocolate gold, and I'm definitely keeping all three of my like bar palettes because I do really like them. This one smells so good too, like just so damn good. It's so good. It's mainly a shimmer palette, so if you don't need a shimmer palette, don't get it, but it is a really good like shimmer palette. This is the Color palette. This is honestly, I think, like the most unique color story that Too Faced has like put out, and I do really like this palette. And like the packaging is so darn pretty. It's all puppies and like all kitties, and it's so cute. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep that. Then I have the Tasty Avocado from iHeart Revolution. This is so pretty. Like I love avocados and I love greens, and this palette was just like calling me. It was like Esmeralda, pick me up. But yeah, I needed to get this palette because it's just so pretty. Like look at it, and it's only $15 minus $3.50 from your Ulta coupon. You have to use those up when you can. So yeah, definitely gonna keep this palette. Then I have my two Morphe palettes. I decluttered all my big chunky Morphe palettes because we is not doing that. But I am gonna keep these even though like they have this whole new thing where supposedly they're not vegan anymore. Whatever. This is the Bling Boss and I do like it. I'm not gonna spend too much time talking about these because they want to be line on their peoples, and this is the Dark Magic one. Yeah, I do like this one a lot, but you know what? We're not spending too much time talking about Morphe because they want to be shady out here. So, nah, son. However, this is my Dose of Colors Desi and Katie Friendcation palette, and this was the palette from earlier that I was saying that it's like the most unique Dose of Colors palette. Like this is just a bomb ass palette. Like you need to get it. Like go around and get it. But yeah, this is the last palette in here. This is the Violet Voss Essentials, and I actually got this for Christmas from my auntie. I know that they had this in Box Charm, so she probably just got it in Box Charm and gave it to me. But I do really like this palette. I think it's really nice. Violet Voss is so good. Like I didn't know Violet Voss was so good with the eyeshadows, like at all. I'm so shook. Bomb palette, so I'm definitely keeping it. So I have two of these baskets that I got at Five and Below with palettes. This is where I have like all of my bigger palettes in. This is what's left of my Jaclyn Hill palette that I depotted. There's a quad that has some shimmers in it as well, lying around here somewhere. But I do not want this palette. That's why it's been kind of like mistreated in a sense. So that's why it's like this. I don't know. I never really liked the palette, like the big Jaclyn palette, the big 35 pan eyeshadow palette. I just got it because I wanted to like have it because everybody raved about it, but I never really liked it. I prefer her little ones, like the 10 pan ones. So yeah, I'm gonna either throw this away, or if somebody wants to like keep some shades and then throw the rest away, I don't care, for my family. But this is going to somebody in my family. I never really liked it. I'm also gonna declutter these palettes from Beauty Bakery, both of them. I don't know, like I want to support Beauty Bakery so bad, but their eyeshadow formula, like I just never reach for it. Like this is the all shimmer palette, and even though it's pretty, it just really doesn't call my attention. Like I always want to support them and like buy from them. I think I'm just gonna have to like buy their face products because everybody seems to like it. So this one is called Game of Cones Fury of the Oven, and then this one is called Do It for the Gram. I literally only swatched one shade in here. So yeah, I just don't reach for these. I literally got these in June last year for my birthday. Well, June 2019. And it's like June in 4 months, and I've never touched these, so I am gonna get them. Now, here. And this is the Transformation palette from Alexis Stone in Revolution. I am going to declutter this palette. I did like it, but I prefer the Jouer palette over this one now. I have another Lunar Beauty palette. I've been wanting this one for the longest. This is the Strawberry Dreams, and this is what this one looks like. So pretty. I am gonna keep this one. I literally just got this, so yeah, keeping that for sure. Same thing with this. Like who wouldn't keep this? This is the Natasha Denona Cold palette. I got this for Christmas last year. So pretty. Such a beautiful palette. Honestly, probably one of my faves palette. Sadly, if this goes missing, I will go rebuy it, even though it costs so much money. I just got this in BoxyCharm as well. This was like a free gift for re-signing up to BoxyCharm. I really do love Tarte formula, so I really do enjoy this palette. I do love Tarte's mattes, so I'm gonna keep this for sure. Same thing with this palette. This is from Certified. This is the Affinity 2 palette. This is a beautiful palette. This was expensive as hell too. I'm keeping that because it's a really nice color story. This is the Violet Rose Vibes palette. I just got this for Christmas from my mom. So pretty. Tina from the Fancy Face has raved about this palette, so I put this on my Christmas wish list because of her, and I got it now. Can't wait to try that. And this has been in my collection since like the summer, and I haven't even used it yet, but I want to because everybody has raved about this palette, especially Angelica. I don't know how to pronounce her last name, but she's a YouTuber I follow. She's from Sweden. She's beautiful, and she had raved about this palette, and I got this instead of getting the Born to Run palette from Urban Decay because this is more vibrant and more pretty. But I just haven't reached for this, and I'm so mad at myself for not. But I am definitely keeping that. So I have some Blush Tribe palettes here. This is the Hasina 2. This is my favorite one out of all of Blush Tribe's palettes. This one is just so pretty, so unique. I'm really keeping that. I love that one. This is the Lila one. This is the Rainbow palette. I do like this palette. I feel like this is not a curated rainbow because I feel like there's a lot of colors in here that to be like a perfect rainbow palette are missing, like a deep green and like a true red, because these aren't true reds, these are more like orange reds. I don't know how it's picking up on camera, but they're not true reds. So it's a nice palette, but it's not like the perfect rainbow palette for me just yet. Then I have the Lila 2, which is an all green palette. I do like this palette. I feel like it's really, I don't know, like it's kind of hard to deepen up the look with this palette because there's not really like a deep green. So I feel like this is always gonna have to be a palette that you have to pair up with another palette because it's not as deep. Like you can't go deep. Like I don't know, you just can't go as deep as I want to with this palette. But it is a gorgeous palette, and I do love greens, so I'm happy about that. Then I have my Huda palettes in here. I have the New Nude, Huda Beauty palette. Looks like this. These are pressed glitters, so I would never like use them, but everything else in this, like the matte formula and this shimmer formula, is really nice. So I am definitely keeping this. I use this palette like all the time when I want like a natural rosy look. Really pretty palette. Then I have the Desert Dusk, also a really pretty palette. Also, the Beauty News has raved saying that this is Huda's best palette, so that's the reason. Like honestly, that's the reason why I wanted it. And then the Rose Gold Remastered. I haven't used this one yet. Just got it for December, so. Then I have this. This is my only Pat McGrath palette. I got this as a birthday gift. This is La Vie en Rose. Same thing with this palette. I did write the name on here because this had a sleeve, and I hate those, but this is what it looks like. I think this is a really beautiful plum palette. I'm happy about that because I think it's a good formula. I mean, I don't see how like this is worth as much as it's worth. Like, I wouldn't pay that much money. I don't think it's like a, I don't know, maybe her bigger palettes are different, but the formula is nice. But I don't think it's worth like 60 bucks for 6 shades. Anyways, this is my Venus XL palette, and even though I really like this palette a lot, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I want to declutter this. I haven't reached for it in a while, so I feel like I should. It's a really pretty palette, but I think I have all of these shades elsewhere, and I won't miss it if it's gone necessarily. I hope not, at least. I don't know. I'm gonna put it to the side as a maybe, and then I'll come back to it at the end. Then I have these two Fenty palettes, and I really do like these, so I'm keeping them. This one I got for Christmas, like last year. Yeah, for my brother. And then this one I got for Christmas this year for my mommy. I'm keeping both of them. Keeping. Then we're half through this short. This is the Fairy Tales Storybook Cosmetics. I got this in BoxyCharm. My boyfriend bought me BoxyCharm as a Christmas gift, and I really do like the color story in this. I just hate how bulky this palette is. Like, I might end up depotting this, honestly, because I hate bulky palettes. Like, it shouldn't, like, there's thin books. You do not need a book this thick. But anyways, I do like the colors in there, and I do like the aesthetics. I just don't like how bulky it is. This is a Kylie palette, and I was so upset when I got this in person. I got this as a Christmas gift, and I really wanted this palette because it had a gray right here, and it turns out that was a pressed glitter, so I threw it out. Then I just popped this Anastasia single shade in here. It's a green. It's called Emerald. I just popped it in there because I was really upset. I do like the color story in this, though. I think it's a really pretty, like, I don't know. This is a really pretty palette. I really was excited about that gray, and then turns out that it was a pressed glitter, and I don't use pressed glitters. So this is what it looks like the box. I think the box is so pretty, so that's why this is the other palette that I mentioned that I have a box to, because I think the box is prettier than the packaging, so I decided to keep it for that matter. Then this is from Blush Tribe. I actually got this for free from Blush Tribe, so I'm keeping it for that reason. I purchased 3 palettes from them when I purchased from them, and they sent me this one for free. I was not expecting that. Like, there was nothing on their website that said like, "Oh, you purchase something, like we'll give you a free palette." But I had really wanted this, and then I saw a YouTuber I'm subscribed to rate, like, give a review on it and say that it was like horrible. And I don't think it's like horrible, but this is a palette that you have to use, like, you have to use these mattes as if they were shimmers. Like, you can't blend them. Like, you have to pat them on your lid and just leave them like that. But I am keeping it because it kind of is like the first PR I got, even though it wasn't necessarily PR. Then I have the Color Pop Through My Eyes from Ala Sarai, and this is a gorgeous palette. I feel like this color story is so unique. Like, this purple, like this plum. Like, I just feel like this color story is really unique. So actually, you know what? I think these two have a lot of like
overlapping like similar shades. So I might just get rid of this one. I might just do that and keep this one because I do like this one a lot. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna declutter it. Because honestly, like big bulky palettes, like this is also really bulky. I don't really necessarily like, and I don't know, like the formula is great in here, but the shimmers aren't so great. But the mattes are like amazing. But I think that somebody else would be better with it, so I'm gonna just declutter it. I have 2 more color green palettes, and I'm not getting rid of them. I literally have every single color green palette. This is the Power one. Love this one. Not getting rid of this one for sure. And then the Safari Rain, beautiful palette. Not getting rid of it for sure. Keeping it. Color Rain really makes my favorite formula, so I'm not getting rid of it. Juvia's Place Nomad looks like this. I just got this for Christmas. This is a really pretty palette. I'm keeping it for sure. I'm gonna burn it. This is the Fenty Beauty. This is supposed to be like a face palette, but honestly, like this is for deeper girl, like deeper women, people with better skin color than me, because my ashy self can't use this. But like I can't use this as a face palette. I can only use like this one and this one, these two in my face. Everything else is too dark. Like if I use like these, I look bruised. These are just too dark for my face. So yeah, I mean, so I put it in here because I can use it as an eyeshadow palette. I do really like it. I like the formula in it, so I am keeping it for sure. This is the Zulu palette. I got this last Christmas from my dad. He bought me this, and I think this is a gorgeous palette, and it's a good, like, good quality. Like this green is really nice. The mattes are really nice. Like I've used this so many times, and you cannot tell. Like they just have so much, like, amount in it. This is the Festival palette. This is really pretty as well. Definitely keeping this one. The Warrior 3. This one is also really nice. I just got this in November, I believe, or October. One of those months. Keeping that one. Then I got the Tribe one. This is the green one. Definitely keeping this one as well. Pretty unique palette. Doesn't have it. I just got for Christmas. Brand new still. Haven't touched it. Then I got the Warrior for my birthday like 2 years ago. It was a gift for my sister-in-law. I'm definitely keeping this. This is a great palette. I've made really nice looks with it. I'm really keeping it. I do like it. The Paulina from Blush Tribe with Paulina Beauty here on YouTube. She's amazing. I really do like this palette, keeping for sure, and I'm happy to support her. The Masquerade Mini. This is a really nice palette, so I'm definitely keeping. I think I might end up like depotting these two and putting them together somewhere. Then the Magic, because I do like these palettes, but they're like bigger than I would want them to be. So I think I might end up depotting these and putting them together, because I think both of these palettes fit together in a Z palette. So yeah, I might end up doing that sometime. I might record that, like how to depot those palettes. And then the Nubian 2 is like was my favorite one out of all of them until like Tribe came out. So yeah, I really do like this one though. This is the one I've used the most out of all of them. So, and then the Norvina palette. This is the volume 3. Yeah, volume 3. This was the only one that actually caught my eye. It's a really pretty palette. My boyfriend bought me this as a gift, and I really like this one. So definitely keeping it. And these are expensive. Are these like $60? Like that's a lot of money. So this is the last bin of eyeshadow palettes that I have. This one has like all like the smaller palettes and my ColourPop palettes. So yeah, let's get into it. So I have all of these little Huda Beauty palettes, the little mini Obsessions ones. This is the Mauve Obsessions. This is the mauve palette I was talking about that I don't need the Dose of Colors one for, because I have this one and I do like this one. a lot. I always travel with this one, and it's so small. Like you can just throw that anywhere. Decor Obsessions, I'm keeping as well. I actually tried to decolor this, and I had already given it to my cousin, so I ended up going out and buying her a new one so I can keep my old one because I tend to regret a lot of things that I declare, so that's why I like to think about it long and hard. And then this is the Sapphire Obsessions. I do really like this one as well, so I'm keeping it. All of like the little Huda palettes I'm keeping because I feel like they're perfect for travel. Then this is the Ruby Obsessions. I just got this month and I do really like it. I already used it. Same thing with Emerald Beauty. It's so pretty. I'm keeping it for sure. So good for traveling. And the Amethyst. I got this in December. So pretty. Then I have this plushies from Lime Crime. I actually really love this. This is called Fresh Squeeze. I love this one. So pretty, so I'm keeping it. The formula is so nice in these. Like they're described so weird. It says sheer press pigment quad. Like how is it sheer but pigment? I don't know. Anyways, I do really like these, so I'm keeping it. I do like the formula. It's so nice. And then I have, oh my gosh, these two cloths from Anastasia, but this one is actually in Anastasia. Like all, these are all actually Anastasia shades. But I am going to declutter this because I don't have a reach for these. So I am gonna declutter it. And this one is the one that has the 4 Jaclyn shimmers in it. I'm also gonna declutter that. I don't need it. I have this Venus Extra Small Solid Gold. I only swatched this and then I've never touched it again. So I'm gonna declutter this one as well. This is the Venus Extra Small Sun Kissed. I have never used this like swatched or anything, so I am gonna give this. I'm gonna donate this one since I've never used it, and I think it's really similar to this one. Like the only shades that really interest me would be the orange and the yellow, and they're right here. So I'm keeping the little one and donating this one since it's brand new. I don't feel like touching something that I'm not gonna use. And then this is the rose gold one. This one is also brand new. So I think, I mean, kind of reminds me of the mauve palette. Yeah, I mean, it kind of looks similar. So I'm gonna donate this one as well. This is brand new. Now this one though, I'm definitely giving this one. This one is a silver one. This one is so unique. So I'm keeping that one. These little palettes from Menagerie Cosmetics. I just got these in December. This is the Courtship one. They actually discontinued this as a palette, but you can still get it as a like singles if you wanted to. And then the Violet Ink is really pretty purples. Keeping these for sure. Those are really good. And then this Violet Voss Fun Size palette in Fruit Sorbet. This is a really good palette. Like a really good baby palette. So good. So I'm keeping it. Then we have this Artist Couture. This is my first product from Artist Couture. Like when I saw that they released this palette, it's called Midnight Maven. I like went crazy because like I said, anything that has this blue in it, like I needed in my life. So I put it on my like wish list for Christmas and I got it from my mom. So yeah. I got these this like in January, like a week ago, which was January, at TJ Maxx for $15 each. I really wanted this one, the pineapple one. It's so good, and they smell like pina colada. Like it smells so damn good. And it's so pretty. I already used this one, and I really love it. And I also got the raspberry one. I haven't used this one yet, but I do like it. The color story and how it smells. It smells so good. So I'm definitely keeping it. I also just got this palette in January. This is the NYX and Aquaria. This was half off. I've been wanting this since it launched. But I wanted to swatch it, but never came to Ulta. So I just ordered off the NYX website because it was half off. And I really do like it. So I mean, I haven't tried it yet, but I've been wanting it for a while. And I do like the color story and I love Aquaria. So I'm definitely keeping it. And this is from Jewelry. This is the Ultra Foil Eyeshadow Palette. I got this as my birthday gift from my boyfriend, and I really do like this. Like every single time I want like a foil, like a prettier eyeshadow look, I get this or the transformation palette. So I really do like having this. I think it's a really good palette to have in your collection. And I did get this for December. This is from Strobe Cosmetics, but they like rebranded and changed their name to Shroud. This is the Divinity palette. It's a really pretty palette. I really want to get the creepy one, the creepy cute one as well, because it's pastels. And I don't really have pastels in my collection. Like besides the Dose of Colors Ice Cream palette, and then what other palette had like pastels in it? I forgot already. But I don't really have pastels in my collection. So yeah. And this is the Juicy Olive from Give Me Glow. This is my only eyeshadow palette from Give Me Glow, and I love it. It's because it's all green, of course, you know. But I do really love this one, and I'm happy I have it. I have these two mini pro palettes from Sugar Pill. I have a more cool tone one. Well, this is the cool tone one. I want to get the lilac color to put in here, and then I have a more warm tone one, and I want to get the hot pink to put in here, and then it'll be complete. But I really do like these. Oh my Jesus Christ! I really do like these, so I'm keeping them both. This is the Celestial Thunder from Dominique Cosmetics. This was a BoxyCharm exclusive, and I do really like this. I wanted to get the Celestial Storm palette. Then when I saw this was coming out in BoxyCharm, I was like, you know what? Let me get BoxyCharm. Then I have these two Vizier palettes. This is the Warm Mattes. I love this one. Like I use this every single time. And then I have the Dark Mattes. I also really like this one. This is a perfect palette for like any look to pair up with any eyeshadow palette that's like all shimmers or all foils. I love both of these, and they're expensive, so I ain't getting rid of them. And this is my favorite palette, like for everyday use. The Tartelette in Bloom. Like I hit pan on this shade because I use it to set my entire lid and then deepen it up with whatever I want for that day. So yeah, I do really like this palette, so I'm not getting rid of it. I have this little Nubian palette that I got from Allure. And I have two Laura Lee palettes. I only have her mini palettes. I don't have any of her big palettes. I have the Party Animal one, which a lot of people have said that it was like a horrible palette. I don't think it's a horrible palette. It's not the best colorful palette, but it's definitely not the worst. Same thing with Slay though. I do really like this palette. It's really cute. I like this one, so I'm keeping it. I have another I Love Sorority collab palette. This one is with those of colors, and like I said, this blue I'm almost looking for it. So yeah, I really do like this palette. Keeping it. More. These are the last of the color green palettes. Lovelies, which looks like this. Very cute. Beauty Rest and Smoke Show. And I actually pre-ordered the Vivid palette, and I think it comes like February, at the end of February. So I'm waiting for that because then my collection is actually fully complete. Then I have these ColourPop 12 pan eyeshadow palettes. I have 7 of them. I used to have like 10 of them. I've gotten rid of a couple, so I think I'm not gonna get rid of any of these because X's and O's is a beautiful one. I just got this like in November, I think, from my boyfriend. He bought me that one from Ulta. The Good Sport is probably like their best palette yet. Element of Surprise. I really do like this one, even though it's like it looks really neutral, but it's a really nice palette, so I do want to keep it. Sweet Talk. This one had 2 pressed glitters. I threw them out, but I do like the color in this palette, so I am gonna keep it. The Whatever palette. This had 1 pressed glitter, and I did throw it out. I do like this one as well. I'm like a sucker for like berry tones. Like, can you tell? Then the Femme Rosa one with crochet. I love this one. This is definitely an underrated palette from them, but this is a good palette. And then you had Mia Hello, also really neutral mauve plum palette, but I'm keeping it. This is actually the only one that has a mirror that I own, and I did take this off before because of the controversial thing, and it did say Kathleen Lights, but then I put it back on. So yeah. Then I have my Venus palettes.
This is the Venus Vivid. I am actually going to give this away to somebody because I do have the Violet Voss palette and also the Colored Rain Vivids palette that I'm getting. This Venus one I am also going to be decluttering. I'm only going to keep one shade from it. The Venus 2 I am keeping because it is my fave. And the Venus 3 I'm also going to be decluttering.
I have all of my big Menagerie cosmetics. These are so heavy. Like, if you own any Menagerie palette, like, these are like the heaviest palettes I own. The Pharaoh, Jesus Christ. The Pharaoh palette I got as a Christmas gift from my aunt. She bought me this one, the Pharaoh one. Really pretty palette. I do really like all of these. I'm not getting rid of any of them. The Dragon Child, which was their palette when they were called Makeup Monsters. It still says Makeup Monsters on there. They discontinued this palette, but you can still get like each individual shade if you are interested in any of them. The Killer Pearl, which is their newest one. I really do like this one. This reminds me a lot of the Natasha Denona Safari palette, but I'm not paying no $125. Like, I don't got no $129 for a palette. So this one, when I saw this, I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get that because it reminded me so much of it. And the Well Song palette, beautiful palette, keeping for sure. Then I have a couple more Juvia's Place palettes. These are like their more small palettes. I have the Afrique palette, which is really nice. Really nice. I'm keeping it for sure. I have the Saharan, which was one of my first palettes from them. So I am keeping it. I don't think I can get rid of Juvia's Place palettes, honestly. I love them too much. And then the Nubian 3, my mom bought me this one for Christmas as well. This is so unique. Like, so unique. And then my sister-in-law got me this one for Christmas. The Fumi palette. So pretty and unique as well. I have these two palettes from BH Cosmetics. These are the only BH Cosmetics palettes I have. This one, I haven't even used this one yet. Honestly, it's her original one from It's My Ray Ray collab. I do like this one more. I have actually used this one already. I've used the face and the palette. And I do like it, so I'm gonna keep it. And I feel like this is smart. I don't know, because it's like small and compacted, but like it has a face palette and it also has an eyeshadow palette, but it's not like super bulky and annoying like most palettes that are like that, if you understand. My boyfriend also bought me these for Christmas. I haven't used them yet. This is the Vintage Dawn, which is really nice. I have never tried Ace Bouteilles, so I'm really excited about these. And then the Scarlet Dusk, which is a pinky palette. I really do like both of these. So yeah, this one was the first palette my boyfriend ever bought me. This is from Too Faced, the Just Peachy Mattes. I really do love this one though. I take this with me like everywhere when we travel. I really like this one, so I'm keeping it for sure. I feel like there's a lot of things I haven't decluttered, and I don't even know. I want to fit everything in here perfectly, like I did in the other one where everything fit perfectly as well. Then I have my little ColourPop 9-pan palettes. I'm not getting rid of any of these because I actually think a lot before I purchase any of these because I want colors that I will actually use. This is the blue palette, Blue Moon. This one is really nice. I'm happy I have that one. Then the purple one, It's My Pleasure. This one is so pretty. So pretty. Then the green one, it's called Just My Luck. Really like this one as well. It's really nice. Then I got this one for Christmas from my aunt. This is the brown sugar from Crochet. It is brand new still has like the sticker. This one is really nice. I feel like Crochet makes really good collab palettes. The Honey, which is the only one that I have that had pressed glitter, so I threw it out. This is the Ooh La La. I also got this one for Christmas. Really pretty. And the Strawberry Shake. I got this one for Christmas as well. And then lastly, Main Squeeze. So pretty. I got this for my birthday. Leaf from my mom.
This is the second part to the original video that I had filmed back in February. This part of the video is fairly new. I did film this the last week of March. Right now it's April 3rd. I did have to move from my college apartment back to my parents' house due to the virus, the pandemic we're living in. So I did just bring like all of my favorite palettes, as well as like all of my new makeup that I did purchase within the month that I did not film, and then the items that I want to give to my mom to declutter.
So first we're gonna start with the newer makeup. So I did get the Norvina Volume 3 Mini for Valentine's Day, and I did take out this shade right here because it was a glitter. I do still have the shade. I didn't throw it away how I was normally doing with all my other pressed glitters, but that palette is really unique, so I do want to keep that, and plus it's fairly new. I also did get the Amrezi palette, Amrezi, whatever it's pronounced. I'm really not sure. And this also did have 2 pressed glitters, which I did rearrange the shades because I'm pretty sure Liddy and Gemini were the pressed glitters. So I just took out the other 2 shades right here and just moved them down so it's more like cohesive. And this I think I'm gonna paint like black so it's more like appealing to look at. But I am keeping this, and I did put like clear nail polish all over this like I did with my Sultry palette because the glitter just really bothers me. And now the glitter doesn't transfer, so I do prefer it that way. Something else that's new is this Pixie by Petra. This is called the Eye Reflections Shadow Palette in Natural Beauty. It's a cool toned neutral palette, which I was really interested in when I saw it at Ulta, so I just picked it up. This is my first like Pixie product, and I do like it. I think it's nice. I also did get the Milani Soft and Sultry. This was at TJ Maxx for $5. But I didn't find this one in my TJ Maxx, so I did just order it off of Amazon since they are discontinuing it, and I didn't want to miss out on it. This was the only Milani one like in this packaging that interested me. I think it's because it's the cool neutrals. I also bought 2 things from Nabla. I had never tried Nabla before prior to like this video. Like in the first video, I'd never had anything from Nabla. I got this cutie palette in nude. This is their like mini palette, and this one is really nice. The shades are really nice. They have like this formula they call it latex matte, and it's like a creamy matte. It's really nice formula. It's really pigmented. Yeah, I do like it. And then I got the Nabla Dreamy 2, which is really beautiful to look at. Like this is probably like the beautifulest palette like I've seen in a while. It's just so beautiful. And now they have these at Ulta, which is also where I got these 2 from. This Rem and I think it's this one, Libertine, are like a glitter, but they're eye safe, so it's really like different. I don't know, but I am keeping it, and it is eye safe, so that's a plus. Ulta is also having like 50% off of this collection from Frida Kahlo, and when I saw this I like jumped on it because I had wanted it for so long, and it's such a good palette. Like this black is really amazing, and so are the mattes. I haven't used the shimmers in this palette, but the mattes are really nice, and it was half off. It was only $15 for this palette and a color switch, which I think is such a good deal. So I am happy I got this. And then my mom recently bought me this chocolate bar palette from Too Faced. They had a set and it was $25. It brought this palette. It brought a full-size liquid lipstick. It brought this little makeup bag. You can see it. It brought also a bronzer, like the gold bronzer, and I always wanted this palette, but I didn't never wanted to pay like 50 bucks for it, and it was $25 for all these things. So like I was like, Mom, can you get me it? And she bought me it, so I'm really happy about that. I haven't used it yet, but I have used other Too Faced palettes and I do like them. I also did get this Sydney Grace palette, the Enduring Love. I got mine in light. This is so beautiful. Like, these shimmers are bomb. These mattes are bomb. Like, I don't know why this was my first purchase from Sydney Grace, because this formula is just amazing. Yeah, I do really like this palette a lot. I don't really like the tin packaging. I feel like if it was cardboard packaging, it would have been better, but it is nonetheless a beautiful palette, and I am happy to have it. From Ulta, I also did get this Revolution Makeup Revolution London palette. This is the Forever Flawless Ice. This is like a, I guess like a dupe for Jeffree's Blue Blood. I never got Blue Blood because I purchased a different palette instead of Blue Blood, and then I did kind of want Blue Blood, but I don't know, like I didn't want to spend 50 bucks on a blue palette because it's not color that I would use that much. But this palette is actually really nice. I mean, it's definitely not like Jeffree Star quality, but it is pretty good. So I am keeping it for sure. And then I had pre-ordered this palette back in November, I think it was, and it finally got to me in March, like the first week. It's still March right now, but probably when I edit this it won't be. So yeah, I did get this and I'm so happy about it. Like, this is the prettiest rainbow palette ever. Like, it's just so pretty, and I love Colored Rain, and I'll have every single palette Colored Rain has ever launched, and I'm so happy about that. Like, finally my collection is complete. I did end up depotting this palette from Storybook Cosmetics that I did want to depot because look how bulky this is, and I did end up putting it in one of these little Shop Miss A small empty magnetic palettes. I did get 2 of these, and then these are the 3 colors from the Colored Rain Cheers to the Beauty palette, the 3 bottom ones, and I put the rest of the Cheers to the Beauty palette from Colored Rain in this one. And I do prefer them in these smaller palettes. They're not as bulk, like literally this is bulkier than these 2 together. Like, that's just crazy. I am gonna probably put this on display because I think it's cute, but just not for my makeup collection. And then I actually did something critical to my Ooh La La palette. I like took out all of the fun shades out of here, or what I think are fun shades, and I just kind of left it like really boring. I think I'm gonna throw that away. But for the Honey palette that had the pressed glitter, I just popped the pink in here, and I do like this color story a lot better. I think it's cute. It's like a pop of pink, and I feel like it would like go well with this palette. So I am happy with this palette. The Whatever palette that also had a pressed glitter, I ended up popping this peachy shade from the Sweet Talk palette in here, and I do like it a lot better. I think it's really pretty. And then this is the one that changed the most, the Sweet Talk palette, and now it looks like this, and I think this is so much prettier. It's so much more vibrant. I did take this pink, this purple from the Ooh La La palette, as well as this Super Shock shade. So yeah, this is what it looks like, and I am happier with that. And this one I think I'm just gonna throw away, so I'm gonna put that to the side. I also did get this little Ulta Beauty Bloom palette in a gift set that they were giving. I swatched it. I was primarily excited for this because 1, it's like cool tone neutral, and then 2 is Ulta eyeshadows, and I've never tried Ulta eyeshadows, but now that I have this Frida Kahlo one, I don't need that. Like, I have better like cool tone neutrals than this in my collection, so I don't need this. So I might just throw that away or just give it away to whoever like wants it.